Well, our next guests are taking a very different approach to try and get kids interested in reading. This is a challenge for a lot of parents. These two have taken classic literature like Breakfast at Tiffany's or To Kill a Mockingbird, Pride and Prejudice. They are simplifying the storylines, adding illustrations so that kids between the ages of 6 and 12, can follow along. These books are called KinderGuides. Joining us to talk more about them are the creators, Frederick Colting and Melissa Medina. Thanks for being on Your Morning today.
Hi, good morning.
Good morning.
Okay, I'm so curious to know, Frederick, let's start with you. How did you come up with this idea?
Well, I'm sort of from a book world, but we first got the idea when we went to Melissa's parents in Kansas, and I was reading, I think it was The Old Man and the Sea, and her niece, Bella, who was, I think, 6 years old at the time, she just asked me, what's this book about? And I sort of gave her quickly a very brief Cliff's Notes version. And that's when me and Melissa started talking. Like, that's a cool concept to be able to teach kids about literature in a fun and interesting way.
I love that you've actually put it into book form because, you know, as grown-ups, when you get asked these questions by kids, which you do this all the time. You know, some of the books I was a little surprised, like Breakfast at Tiffany's, the character of Holly Golightly, and, you know, her escapades around the city are a big part of that book. How do you make that appropriate for a 6-year-old?
I mean, I think all classic books have overarching themes and, you know, big motifs that are interesting for a kid. I mean, that's why they're classics. They're about large, you know, big life-changing events, and they all have morals in their stories. So I think it wasn't that hard, honestly, any book that we made to transform it into a more kid-friendly version. We just, you know, highlight the most important aspects.
Well, and really the morals and the essence, which, you know, for a story like Breakfast at Tiffany's would be friendship and pursuing your dreams, you know. So, and there are those kind of simplified themes in every classic novel out there. And so we wanted to take ones, some that are more contemporary, some that are older, and not really limit ourselves as far as that goes, because every story does have a theme that a kid can actually get something from.
Well, I am a reader by nature, have been since I was a kid. I ran into this dilemma at Christmas time, buying books for my kids, which I always do. I want them to read the classics. They want to read Diary of a Wimpy Kid and Big Nate. So let me ask you, is classic literature any better than the stuff that's out there today?
I don't know if it's better. I just think it's more. I think kids should read, period. They should read Diary of a Wimpy Kid and classic children's books. This is sort of something extra to light their interest for classic literature in the future. So I think it all has an important part.
Do they get something more?
For all of it.
Sorry, Melissa, do they get something more out of classic literature that they might not get in things that are written for kids today?
I think the difference really is, I mean, yes, you can learn these stories of, you know, bravery, courage, friendship through the books that are written specifically for children, whether they be children's classics or more contemporary children's books. Those themes are there too. What we're doing just has a different place. It has a place, though, in the scheme of things for children's books, because we think you can get those from classics, and then classics also, if you have this familiarity and the seed that's planted for that early in life, then it stays with a child through, hopefully, into adulthood, and then they want to read the original novels later. So it's our kind of mission with this series is just to have that lifelong gift of a love of literacy and a love of literature, which, you know, again, all children's books play a part in that. We're just doing it specifically with classic books, classic titles.
All right, well, on behalf of parents everywhere who really want their kids to join in and love reading, thank you so much, and thanks for being on Your Morning.
Thank you so much.